If you coaches will start taking your places, we'll get started here just momentarily. Good morning. Welcome to the 21st Annual Region 14 Conference Media Tip-Off. We're very proud of Trinity Valley to be hosted and sponsoring it this year. Of course, next year we'll be back over at TJC. This mic doesn't work. It's only for the Cardinal Sports Network. So you'll just have to speak up a little bit today, coaches. It's always good when we get to this time each year because it means that the best conference in America is back in business for another year. And I'm looking forward to the games this year, as I know you all are. And these guys and ladies are going to beat up on each other up and down, but the rest of us just kind of get to sit back and enjoy it. So that's really nice. I'd like to thank everybody that's looking in this morning on the Cardinal Sports Network. We appreciate you. And before I introduce Dr. Jerry King, the president here at the college, I'd like to introduce a special guest we have with us today, a living legend and icon of Region 14. Coach Leon Spencer is here with us today. And now at this time, I'd ask Dr. Jerry King to come forward and give the welcome on behalf of the college.
Thank you, Benny. It's always good to recognize Coach Spencer back there. One of the things that Coach Spencer likes to tell people is that he was my fifth grade teacher. And he was my fifth grade teacher. And he takes credit for me being able to acquire the position of president at Trinity Valley Community College because he was my fifth grade teacher. So those of you that know Coach Spencer, he likes to do that. So it's good to have him here. It's good to see him too. He's really a big part of the college and a big part of what we do. I just want to tell you a little bit about the facility that you're in. This was an old National Guard armory. If you haven't figured that out yet, it was built after World War II, and it was actively used up until about 15, 16 years ago, and they quit using it. They quit using some of the National Guard armories around the state, and we've been talking about, the college has been talking about possibly acquiring it, and a couple of years ago we did. We made a really sweetheart deal with the city of Athens, who owned the armory and owned the park, and we were able to acquire it, and we came into the armory and we wanted to make it a fitness center for our students. Our students, of course, are just right down the street there, and they could walk over here from the campus, and so we made it a fitness center for them and an area that we can come and do things like this, and it's really turned out very nice. We actually opened it up, I guess, when was that? Basically, earlier this year, we opened it up, so maybe August, July, August, April. See, time flies, so. But I just want to also say we welcome you here to Trinity Valley Community College. It's good to see everybody here in this kind of weather. I don't mind the rain, but the cold weather, I'm not ready for that yet, and I don't think anybody is. But we're glad to have you here. We appreciate you coming. everybody, I guess, is starting out 0-0, and everybody has positive perceptions of what's going to happen in the future. And we want to wish everybody, we're all in this together, we want to wish everybody a great year this year. And we're glad you're here, and we appreciate you being here. And good luck to everybody in the conference. This is the best conference in the country. And we know that, and I think everybody else knows that, and we're just glad to have each one of you here. Thank you very much.
I'd like to introduce two members of the committee that helps put this on each year. We got Phil Hicks of the Tyler Morning Telegraph and Brandon Ogden of the Tyler Morning Telegraph. Phil and I have been here every step of the way. This is our 21st one, and maybe we'll do 21 more if they let us, Phil. I think we got some more coaches showing up. Before we turn it over to the coaches and let them preview their seasons and everything, I just wanted to make note and mention that this summer we lost two very important members of the Region 14 Conference family, and longtime statistician and of the Corsicana Daily Sun, Rob Ludwig, and also Rourke Montgomery of Navarro College, the AD, Regional Director for 24 years. They played vital roles in promoting this conference and keeping this conference on the national scene, and we dearly miss them, and we lost them within a couple of weeks of each other, ironically. But let's honor their memories with a moment of silence, please. Thank you. And now we'll get started with the coaches, and our leadoff batter will be Trina Tillis of Tyler Junior College.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for hosting this event for this 21st year. I've been to, I think, 18 or 19 of these, and they're always special, and we really appreciate it, and we want it to continue for the next 30 or 40 years, even though I won't be coaching that long. I'm excited about my team this year. I'm excited about what they have the potential to do. I came in last year at this time excited about that team also, and didn't think I would end with 7 players and going 13-18. However, it's a new year, it's a new opportunity. One of my players from last year told me the other day she didn't know who I am. And she said that because I am more intense, I'm going harder on them, because I feel like I really have a talented group that can do some special things. And last year we had to coach based on what we had. We had to coach the players we had. And I always said I was making chicken salad out of chicken poop, except I did a different word. But this year I think we're going to go in with a special team that can do some special things. And I have 2 returners, Traylyn Tyler and Kiara Bremsey. And both of those kids experienced last year. They saw what our conference was capable of doing. They saw leads go out the window. They saw getting beat in close games. They saw getting blown out in games. So they've got that experience under their belt, and they're really, really hungry. They remember that. And I want them to remember that each game, and that leadership goes into this season. I like our number 4 pick. I love being in that spot because it offers our players the opportunity to grow, to end better than we started or were predicted. I'm excited. I have 2 international kids. One post player, I think she's pretty special. She's one of the best I've been able to get internationally. I want to wrap her in bubble wrap and hope nothing happens to her. The other international kid, she's 6'3" and continues to tell me she's a guard. And we're going to have that argument all year that she's going to be a post or she's going to be a towel twirler. But we're just going to focus on getting her better. I have 2 really good transfers. One young lady, you're not going to see her appear on the stat line a lot because the thing she does is intrinsical. She's going to take the charges. She's going to get the deflection. She's going to spur our defense going. And her name is Kennedy Burks, and we just love that kid. And then we have a point guard named Quatera Limbrick that is a transfer from U of H that has the potential to be really, really special for our program. She as of right now, she's going to lead us. But I also have 2 other point guards. When you run out of point guards last year, you make sure that this year you're never going to run out of point guards. So I signed 4.5 point guards this year. So Limbrick's going to lead us, but I also have a young lady from around the corner named Tiara Hambrick. The other day when we were in a scrimmage, some of the fans just kept calling her a grown woman because that kid doesn't know how to do anything but go hard, and she's going to be special. We also have another East Texas kid named Frankie. If Frankie's work ethic would catch up with her talent, she could be scary good for us. And then we add a body of really good kids that work really, really hard. They're channeling defense. They want to play defense. They love defense. And if I can keep that mentality and that chemistry going the rest of the year, I feel like we have a chance at being successful. This is the Mighty Region 14. Everybody's coming to play. Our mission is to get 3 teams to the national tournament every year. That's what I'm looking forward to this year. We're going to challenge, we're going to come to play. I've got really good kids. And I want to end with, would you guys please pray for our bookkeeper, Dale Pruitt. He's been going through some health problems, and Dale's been with us for over 30 years, and we'd like to keep him for another 25, 30 more. Take care.
Next, we'll hear from one of our first-year women's coaches in the conference, Brenda Nichols of Bossier Parish.
Good morning. How are y'all? I'm just pleased to be here with outstanding group of women coaches that I've gotten to see coach throughout the years, and I'm just excited to be back on the junior college. I started my coaching career a long time ago in the junior college ranks. I played junior college basketball in West Texas, so this is not my first rodeo. But I'm so excited to be at Bossier Parish Community College. Thank you for doing this. This is an outstanding event this morning, and I'm just privileged to be here. I have inherited a team. When I got to Bossier this year, I had 5 players returning. We have 17 players. I feel like I have 16 freshmen. I have 1 player that has gotten a lot of playing time last year, Monetta Bolden, and she's going to pretty much be our leader on the court this year. My other 4 sophomores have gotten some experience coming in, and will do a good job also leading our Bossier Bipsy group. So very excited. I really can't tell you too much about our team. We're undefeated right now, so that's a good thing. And so maybe we can continue to keep doing that. And we had a great showing this weekend at the Neville tryout. Well, it was an event down in Frisco that we got to play in, so that was kind of the first I got to kind of see what our players would do. I was kind of getting tired of all of us getting beat up on each other, so it kind of showed us that we got a lot of improving to do, but there's a lot of future in it. So very excited. I'm not going to stay up here long because you got all these people that are going to come and visit with you. But if you would like to talk to me afterwards, I would be glad to answer any questions. But just excited to be a part of this outstanding conference.
And now another first-year head coach within the conference, Addie Lees of Kilgore College.
Good morning. First of all, I'd like to thank Trinity Valley for hosting this wonderful event. I was really surprised when I came in. I really didn't know what to expect, and being new, it's just one of those things that I like to embrace the moment. It's a great and it's a wonderful thing to be a part of Region 14, and most of the work I guess that I've done in Region 14 is on the recruiting trail, recruiting from these phenomenal coaches, and it's an honor and it's a blessing to be a part of this league. Team-wise, we have 2 returners, and they are most certainly solid. Alex Strawhorn, who is a shooter, she's from Australia, and Patience Idoko, who plays some 3/4 for us. These 2 are the backbone of our team, and I just can't say enough about these 2 young women. We've got a couple of transfers that will be really key for us throughout the season. Deja Williford Kelly, transfer from George Mason, and Emily Rosario from Eastern Kentucky. Those two have done a tremendous job in the off-season for us. We also have a couple of youngsters looking to work their way into the rotation and trying to work out some of the bad habits, I guess that's what you could call them. But overall, we have a team of competitors, and I'm so thankful that we have these young women. Being new and coming in the summer, it's always a stress, but it's also a challenge with putting a team together and making sure you have the right group of young women. Character-wise, it's no issue, and academic-wise, these young women are going to be successful. Expectation-wise, I know Kilgore has been on the map, starting with Evelyn way back in the day, and what you can expect is a lot of discipline, a lot of integrity, and a lot of competition. And it's one of the things that I stress every single day to these young women, and it's what I hope they carry, especially whenever they leave Kilgore with an associate's degree. Thank you all for having me.
And next up, yet another first-year head coach within the conference, Savannah Carter of Jacksonville College.
Good morning. Is this on? Can you all hear me? Okay, I have a really soft voice. Like you said, my name is Savannah Carter. This is my first year ever being a head coach. I just graduated college in 2015, so I'm a little nervous being up here. I've never done a media session as a coach before, so this is brand new to me. I got the job super late, like late in July. We had 0 recruits, like none. So right now I'm dealing with 2 returners who have a little bit of experience. They didn't get as much playing time last year, but they did get to play with some of the girls that did win a lot of games last year, and they got that experience from them and the competition that they put on every day in practice. But as far as the newcomers, it is a struggle every day. I'm dealing with kids who probably would have never gotten the opportunity to play at the next level. So they are very young. They are very inexperienced. It's a battle every day trying to get them to compete against each other every day. So it was pretty exciting to go to Frisco and see them actually play against other people because I can't get them to fight against each other in practice. I've got practice guys who go out there and beat them up every day, and they're a little terrified of that. But to see them actually take that, and I didn't think that they were learning from it, and play against these people that we played against in Frisco, it was nice to see. I watched them keep a team to 0 for 2 quarters, and we played 11-minute quarters. They kept them to 0 until the last 2 minutes of the actual game after they were getting their tail kicked by 25. So it was nice to embarrass them a little bit at halftime, and then for them to go out and do what they did was really good. Like I said, I just have 2 returners. They're battling with me every day to get their teammates on a roll. I like that we're seated at 9 because I don't see us right now going into a little higher place, dealing with the kids that I am dealing with. But I'm excited to see what they can do. They do have a little potential. Next year, I will have a much better team. Thank you all.
Next up will be Byron Cohen of Angelina College.
Morning, everybody. Again, thanks to the Trinity Valley for hosting this event and the sports writers and media that are helping continue to promote our league and again, show our league is one of the best in the country. Our league last year was very, very competitive, very competitive. I thought at the top our league was just tremendous. The Trinity Valley did a good job of getting to the national champion. I thought Gerald did one of his best coaching jobs since he's been here, getting his team to the national tournament. Sanjak had a great run in their, I guess, whatever you call it, in their basketball playing days. And Eddie had a tremendous year. And just, I thought we got off to a good start at Angelina and kind of faltered down the stretch. But when you got, you still got a battle team like Tyler and Kilgore who are very competitive. So we're excited about this year, like we are every year. But we'll start with Natasha Mack returning for us, who's who's been rated one of the better players in the country. She's had a good off season. Started the year off in better condition this year, so we're excited for her. We know we'll get day in and day out what we got from her, and even more last year. Probably the keys for us this year is Mia Perkins, who was one of our returning post players who started a couple of games. She just returned this year, lost 10 or 12 pounds in the off season, come in way better condition, way better mindset, had a tremendous weekend over at Frisco, probably picked up 5 or 6 scholarship offers already this week. So we're excited about our front line, not just Natasha, but having Perkins a 1-2 punch with her. We're also returning our second leading scorer, Maya Williams from Diabol, who was one of the top better shooters in the league last year. Shot about 36%, so we feel good about those 3. We need our freshmen to come around for us this season and get, experience quickly and get into some wars. We'll start Simran Mayfield out of Cleveland, Texas at point guard, and she's going to be a jack of all trades for us. She's going to play probably 4 positions for us. Like I was telling some coaches, we have no 3s and no 4s. We have all 1s, 2s, and 5s. Okay, and Simran's the starting point guard, and she's the backup 4 also for us, so she's going to move around a lot. So we'll be dealing with that. We've had 11 players. We're a little thin. We've stayed healthy for the most part. I was telling the coaches Monday we had 4 players at practice. We had 6 with stomach virus and 1 with strep. So we had a quick practice on Monday. Sunday we tried to scrimmage. Saturday last week the week before we tried to scrimmage with 10. And called the first play, and a girl tripped and sprained her ankle. We scrimmaged for 5 seconds and then started free throws. So we're just trying to stay healthy, not trip over each other. If we can stay healthy, we're picked to finish 3rd. We can be in there. We get a couple of injuries. And like I say, I talked last year, nobody's going to feel sorry for you for injuries. The year before it was me. Last year, Trina, it was you. Nobody in this league feels sorry if you lose a couple of kids. You still have to show up to battle. We're just going to try to stay healthy and be competitive and try to finish stronger. We lost probably 5 or 6 down the stretch last year. So we just want to be stronger at the end and stay healthy. Got some new coaches in the league. Welcome, everybody that's new. But we're excited. Again, Region 14. Again, thank y'all for hosting this event. Good luck to everybody.
And now we'll hear from Tocata Panola College.
Thank you guys for hosting us, and Byron kind of hit on something else. There's been a lot of turnover. I've been this will be my 5th year in the league, and Byron, Trina, Jeff, Coach started right after me. There's been a lot of turnover, but it makes it exciting in our league. But that's how competitive it is, because most coaches that have left our league have gone on to a little bit better jobs, and that's kind of what you're working for. The young pups, us old guys don't care anymore. But, it is a very exciting league and very competitive. And just the mere fact you send 3 teams to the national tournament just about every year says a lot about the competition level. I had a lot of sophomores on my team last year, 9 of them. So I've got 2 coming back. One's recovering from an ACL injury, and she's doing a really fantastic job doing that. So we're very young. I've got 1 transfer in those 11 kids that are new to the program. So 3 sophomores overall, 10 freshmen that are still trying to figure out how to compete at this level, which this weekend at Frisco, they got to see a lot of that. We scrimmaged Midland and Collin. They were 2 very competitive programs, and so we got to see a lot of things that we need to work on, and kids got to figure some stuff out. But they're so young, I'm kind of sick of seeing them individual workouts and practice. I'm ready for the season to get started, and it's right around the corner, and we're excited for it. But hopefully we can stay away from that injury. We keep talking about the injury bug. We need to quit talking about that mess and move on and just start playing some basketball and have some fun this year. But thank you for hosting us, and look forward to a great season this year.
And we'll wrap up the women's panel with Gerald Ewing of Trinity Valley.
Good morning, everybody. I'm I want to thank everybody who's part of this and setting this up. This media day is really exciting. It's a good time of the year because it's basketball. I want to thank my administration for having these nice facilities. We'll start this year off in basically a new renovated gym. That's going to be exciting. I want to talk about my new coaching staff. I've added Jay Nehru. Jay has 7 years of D1 experience. I also added Cokie Reed. Cokie Reed played at the University of Texas, and she was a grad assistant at LSU last year. So she's young, she's energetic, she's really good with the girls. That's really fun with her. It's fun with my staff. My team from this year, basically, guys, I'm talk about this. We've been to the national championship the last 3 years. I'm starting to feel like LeBron. Like you get there, but you can't get it, and it's kind of getting really frustrating. This year, our motto is more of no excuses. That's going to be our motto this year. It's really hard when you get there and your kids, and it really starts because of Region 14. That's why we get to the national championship, I think, every year. This is the toughest region in the country, and it's us in Florida every year, and it's the reason why it's us the last two in the championship. My team from last year, I bring back 4 kids from last year's team. I'm going to start off with Tre'Dasia Smith. Tre'Dasia Smith, a lot of people don't know, played the whole year with a torn meniscus. She's my point guard. She had a great year for us last year. This year she'll be 100%, so I'm excited about her. We also will be returning back Taisha Moore. Taisha Moore is a 5'11" forward. Basically, Ty was kind of in and out last year due to some discipline issues, but she finally kind of got it right this year. She's been very mature, very, very mature in growing up. Alicia McElroy has committed to West Virginia University. She's a guard. She's one of our leading scorers from last year. Very talented young lady from Richardson, Texas. I'm super excited about her because she's been such a leader from day one. She's been trying to get our culture, make these new kids understand. My last kid is going to be Jada Wright. Jada's a 6'3" post player. She was probably ranked top 4 or 5 in the country. She tore ACL back in August, but she also committed to West Virginia. She's been trying to lead these girls a lot. I got 10 newcomers, and when you have 10 newcomers, guys, we talk about this all the time. It's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Last year's group, I had that candy where you had the coconut in it that you wonder, why is that coconut in this candy? It's just like that. This year, I got the box of chocolates with almonds. So I kind of like the way that tastes. Okay, these kids are pretty good. They're bought in. I've got a few D1 transfers. What I can tell you is this is the deepest team I've had since I've been a head coach, and what I've realized is the last couple years when we've lost, it was kind of the depth issue as far as teams. You know, you're doing 5 games in 6 days. That's extremely hard, guys. When we played last year in the championship, I think that Tallahassee was talented, but I think they were deeper than us. Okay, so this year I decided we got a little bit deeper, and I think we're going to be really good this year. Once again, this region is what prepares us for the national tournament. We had a 20th seed last year. We were the 20th seed last year, and I'm going to tell you something. A lot of people have counted us out, but it was because of this region, how tough it is. That's what made us get through. Okay, when we played other schools, their regions are not as tough as ours, and that's what helps us. They do a great job in coaching. It's competitive every night. You know, you never know what you're going to get with this group. I just want to welcome everybody here, the new coaches. I want to have a good year with everybody. Like I said, it's competitive. Good luck to everybody. But at the end, I'm trying to win a national championship this year. Okay? Thank you for everything.
And now we'll start on the men's side with Chris Lovell of Bossier Parish.
How's everybody? Everybody good? Great. Well, we're excited. Glad to be here this morning. Obviously, we are the lone Louisiana school in a Texas conference, and so that gives us our challenges in and of itself. But I took over the program. This will be entering my 3rd season, and we're just trying to get better. And I think the biggest thing you have to do anytime you take over a program is to create culture. And we didn't have a lot of culture before I arrived. And so we're getting better every season, improving every year. I like my team this year. We sent 7 guys on to 4-year schools last year. We're real excited about that. And this year we got a brand new crop of people. You know, we really have 2 returning starters from last year's team that did really well early. And then we've got about 10 newcomers. And so we're working through the process of getting them acclimated, allowing them to learn our system, what we're going to be about this coming season. I hired a brand new coaching staff this year, was able to bring on Coach Shante Jones, who was at Panola last year with Grant, and then Derek Alleman and Chancellor Lemaire, who are from South Louisiana, and they're all doing a great job with me, so it's good to have them on board. And we did get lucky enough as we brought in our newcomers to get a couple of Division I transfers, which are always helpful. Eric Parrish from the University of Akron, who had a really, really good freshman campaign there, is probably our best player. And then another kid, 6'9" kid, Mikael Simmons, who's a forward, who was at Loyola Marymount last year, will be a very significant impact guy for us this year as well, along with some JUCO transfers and others that we have recruited. So we feel good about our team, but at the end of the day, it's just about continuing the culture and getting better. And, you know, so I don't like to talk a lot of basketball when I'm at these things, because I'm probably the only guy that'll venture off the path when I have the microphone. But I think the most important thing as a Division I junior college coach is the impact that we're making on our young men. Billy Graham, the late Billy Graham, once said that a coach will have greater impact on a person's life in 1 year than a pastor will have on that person's life in a lifetime. And for me, I want to win every game. I do. I want to win the league. And everyone who knows me knows that about me. But at the end of the day, I want my kids to love playing for me. And when they're gone, I want them to look back and go, you know what? That was the best 1 or 2 years of my life. That guy cared about me, and he modeled things for me that prepared me to be a good husband, a good father, and a good man. And at the end of the day, that's the kind of culture that we're trying to create at Bossier Parish Community College, on top of getting our basketball program where it needs to be. And I think we're headed in the right direction. So thank you guys so much for having us this morning. We're excited to play in everybody's gym and for everyone to come see us this year. And Region 14 is, in my opinion, like you guys have already said, the best conference in the country when it comes to junior college basketball. Thank you guys so much, and good luck this season.
And now we'll hear from a first-year head coach within the conference, Nicholas Wade of Angelina College.
Thanks for Trinity Valley for having this. As a first-year head coach, you know, I took my lumps early in the year, just dealing with different things that I haven't had to deal with before. But the one thing that was really, really awesome is that every coach I reached out to in the conference was willing to help. They listened to questions, things like that. Getting to coach alongside my mentor, Coach Roy Champagne at Lee College, is a huge blessing to me. And he always calls and checks in on me, and you know, is really how I even got into junior college in the first place, and I'm forever grateful for that. I just grew up in a household that just worked hard, point blank period. Everything was about hard work and doing work the right way, no matter how long it took. And the one thing that I've tried to impart on this program in my first year is just that, just understanding what hard work is. It's okay to work hard. It's not fun all the time, but the work needs to be done. And I've been really, really fortunate to this point that my guys have responded in a positive way. And the one thing I've learned is that every day teaching has to go on, and, you know, or they'll revert back to, you know, their old habits. So our staff this year has been teaching just how to work hard and do your very best and just let the chips fall where they may. I have Zach Kircher with me. He was a graduate assistant from Midwestern State University. So to say we're young as a staff is probably an understatement. But the one thing that Zach has that I have is just his will to work as hard as he possibly can. So, you know, we make mistakes as a staff. We learn from them. But he's made me a better coach immediately. He has a great rapport with our student athletes. He makes sure they're going to class, that they're respectful. And for that, as a first-year coach, is really all that I can really be thankful for. Don't know how many games we're going to win. I do know, though, if they're going to be an extension of their head coach, they're just going to work as hard as they possibly can, communicate at a high level. And like I said at the end, we'll just let the chips fall where they may. Really blessed to be a part of this conference. These coaches, whether they know it or not, I steal from them. I pick from them because they all do great things in their own right. And to be a student in this, in this region as a coach is really a big blessing. Again, thank you for everything, and I look forward to competing against everybody this upcoming season.
Next up will be Aaron Smith of Jacksonville College.
Morning, everybody. As always, just honored and humbled to be here, humbled to be a head coach in Region 14. Can't believe I'm heading into year 4 at Jacksonville. Went through a lot last year, but had a lot of fun and had some success. Most of those people are gone. And so start pretty much all new. We have 3 returners, only one of which that, played significant minutes for us down the stretch. That's Shea Rax. He's a 6-foot guard that is just tough-nosed Houston kid that gets stuff done. So I really enjoy coaching him. Another returner we have is 6'7" forward Brandon Battle. Brandon played for us some last year, but definitely need big things from him this year. And also Joel Polius, who's a 6'7" forward that is just a high motor guy that rebounds well and need him to have a big impact as well. So we have, I believe, 4 D2 transfers, 1 JUCO transfer, and then the rest freshmen or redshirt freshmen. So I've enjoyed coaching the guys so far this year, just as far as, their willingness to work hard every day and to kind of enjoy the process and trust the process, as everybody's saying now. But just excited to see, the hard work pay off. I don't know how successful we're going to be. It probably depends on freshmen, which is never a good thing. And so we'll just see, but excited to coach these guys and hopefully we can, continue to lay the foundation we've been fortunate enough to lay and with the success that our group had last year and just helping these guys this year understand, how much work it takes. So, again, just honored and excited about the season, and see you guys soon.
And now we'll hear from Grant Macmillan of Panola College.
Hi, how's everyone doing today? Year 4, okay, like as Coach Aaron said, all right, it has flown by for us, all right, for me. And year 4, me and Coach were here on time for the first time in 4 years, all right? So we didn't go to Angelina like when the event's here, all right? So it took all that time. And also, okay, after 3 other years, I have some clothes that kind of match a little bit, all right? I got married in June, all right? Like, I'm not going to act like I dress myself. All right, I don't have that style. I'm not able to do that, but I want to credit my wife, Emily, because she picked out this wardrobe last night. So all the credit goes to her. And because I have like a wife now and I have like a kid at home, I will not have 81 half-court plays, Coach Landers, all right? I won't have like a press break for everything. I won't play like 100 different defenses, all right? So I come home at the end of the day, like I take care of my kid, I take care of my wife, and that's what I do now. But anyways, our group, all right, I have like a brand new coaching staff this year, okay? I had like a guy who was with me the whole journey with us. I love Adam. He's a great, great coach, and like he went to IPF, he went straight to Division I. I have like a young staff, okay, but they're like a coaching staff that's hungry, okay, that wants to get better and that loves to work every day. And I'm excited about it because they hadn't heard the jokes, they hadn't heard like the coaching stories, they hadn't heard all the same stuff. So it's been good for me, like it's kind of giving me some more energy. really, to be honest with you. So, you know what, our group, we have 3 kids coming back from last year's team, all right? 3 kids coming back who didn't really play a whole lot. You know, last year we had the preseason ranking, which I thought was completely absurd because that was the year before, and we kind of lost the chip on our arm a little bit. You know, we kind of lost, like, the grit for our program and our team and everything. So all that's gone because we're not going to be ranked in the preseason this year, and that's, like, a really, you know, like a high thing. I think that's really good for us, to be honest with you. So 3 kids coming back. Jeffrey Boyd is a returner from Homewood Flossmoor in Illinois. He's a wing, okay? Like, he can hit the 3, like he can handle the ball. Have high hopes for him. And then the other 2, I promise you, like, we're not on the scouting report for last year. They weren't, so I'm not going to talk about them, all right? We have some transfers as well. Keandre Jefferson is like a JC transfer from a school in Missouri. Have high hopes for him. Franklin Penn is from New Mexico Junior College. Had a great year 1 there. He's a high-energy kid. I mean, like, he's hurt right now, but, like, he cheers on the bench the whole time, has high energy. Linnell Henry is a transfer from NAU. He's a kid that's going to play the 3 for us, also going to play the 4, has high energy as well. And then Joshua Williams is like a guard, like he went to USD and is from Houston. So I think, like, our breakdown, like, is like close to 8 upperclassmen to 3 freshmen. And, like, our group's going to play hard, like, our group's going to compete. You know, I love being around our group every day. You know, last year we had the entitlement, okay, like, we behaved, like, in some ways, like, we're not going to do that every day. Okay, we're just not. And like, I lost half my hair from last year because of that, all right? And it's just not going to happen again. So I don't know how good we are as a group, but I promise you, like, that we're going to play hard every single day, and, like, we're going to respect the other team that we're playing. We're going to handle our stuff off the floor the right way. And that's the only thing I can promise. So, yep, I'm good. That's all I got. Thanks, guys.
Next up from Kilgore College, Brian Hobright.
Good morning. It's good to be back. Special time of the year. Everybody's trying to get better. We all know that. A couple thanks here. Thanks to the media for being here. Thanks to Trinity Valley for putting this on and hosting us all. It's always fun to get together and start talking stories about our teams and who we've seen and who we haven't. Always like to take this opportunity to thank my administration, our president, our vice president, athletic director. Today I want to give a special thanks to Manny and Chris. They've gone above and beyond the last couple of years to help out at the Region 14 tournament. They've been a part of every day. They've been a part of the whole tournament to help that thing run successfully. And I know they won't be as much a part of it this year, but their time and effort to help our region tournament be special has been good for all of us. And so I wanted to say a special thanks to them this morning. Like to take this opportunity to thank my assistant coaches. I've got a good staff. I've got a staff that has been together for a number of years now, and I think anytime you get that kind of consistency and growth within your staff, I think it helps your team. And so I think our team has grown probably as much off the court as any team to this point of time, just because of their dedication and hard work and time spent with those guys. So congratulations, new coaches on the women's side, new coaches on the men's side. It's always fun to start a new journey and to have the excitement of being a part of this league. I know that, and so congratulations to you. Addie's been great. Really looking forward to watching her teams compete. Have enjoyed my relationship of getting to know her. I think she's going to be a special person at Kilgore College for a while, and just looking forward to the time spent as we grow our programs. So congratulations, Grant. Getting married is a great thing. It's a neat time in everybody's life. I've done it twice now. It's hopefully you won't go down the road that I went down. congratulations to Guy and Mike. Both of them went to the national tournament. I thought our game with Mike in the region tournament finals was a really fun game last year. I thought it was a well-played game on both sides. And, they got us by 3 or 4 points in the end. I thought both of them represented our region with class and dignity and at the national tournament. And I think that's important as we continue to try to have this region be one of the best in the country. So a little bit about our team. We're starting to get to know each other. We've got 3 guys back off a team that went to the region tournament finals, 2 guards and a post player that are all 3 very talented players. They all played very significant minutes for us last year. We have 2 players that redshirted last year and watched that run, so I think that has value. They were around for practices, scouting reports, so on and so forth, and so I think that has value to it. Without question right now, though, the best player on our team to date is my son. Okay, he's a freshman. He's about 5'9". We've had about 10 practices, 2 scrimmage dates, 3 scrimmage dates, I guess you would say. I don't think Brendan's missed a shot. I don't think he's turned it over. In fact, we've had to quit asking him to pass it because he shoots it so well. We've had to ask him to quit taking charges because we don't want him to get hurt. He never screws up on defense. It's been a joy to have my son around. So it's been neat. I didn't think I'd get choked up a little bit, but I am remarried, and after 10 years of not having him in the house every day, seeing him every day has been special. So he's going to redshirt this year. And he's had a lot go on in his the last year of his life. And so we're going to redshirt him. He's going to be around. We're excited about that. He is a good player. But we're going to use this time to really have some fun. Back to our guys. We do have good players. We have great depth, better than I've had for a while. We've got great versatility. This group is really going to challenge our staff to keep things simple. As we look at them daily and weekly, they continue to give us ideas and things that we can do, and at some point it's going to be too much. And so the challenge to keep things simple with this group is really going to be, I think, a fun challenge for our staff as we grow. We're not where we need to be. November 1st is kind of our starting point, and we want to have a team that we feel really comfortable with, excited about, and feel like they're playing really good basketball on November the 1st. We haven't hit that point yet. We scrimmaged yesterday, and we got better, and that's the main thing right now. And we'll get back to work again tomorrow, but I look forward to having a fun year with everybody. Look forward to seeing everybody each night and playing some very meaningful games in this region. And good luck to everybody. Thanks.
And now we'll hear from Lance Madison of Lamar State, Port Arthur.
Well, I want to thank Trinity Valley for hosting this media conference. I want to thank Tyler, Morning Telegraph, for being here. And I want to thank my assistant, Casey Petrie. He's done a great job for me. He's caused a lot of headaches here with my roster, but we'll figure it out. They've been good headaches. But, I just, coming down today, we hit a little bit of rain, and, this is my 7th year at Lamar State. And, it's been, junior college is a difficult task. I'd say it's probably been 7 dog years when you get down to it. But it's been good. Last year was the only time I missed the press conference. We went through, Harvey storm last year down at Port Arthur. It was a difficult challenge for us. This year, we're big believers in community outreach, community service. We think it builds character. And, we've already given a couple community services, and just a couple weeks ago, the City of Port Arthur Parks Department had decided to rebuild some of the parks in the neighborhood that were destroyed during Harvey, and I had my guys go out there, and there was probably 75 to 100 volunteers, and we spent a couple hours out there rebuilding one of the city parks, and it was just a great feeling when the community pulled together. And we think that's part of being successful, is teaching the young men life skills to be successful, and that's one of the programs that one of the things we like to do is get out and support the community. So we're doing a good job there. As far as returning, we had a good year last year, I thought, for what we had talent-wise. We've got 4 returners from last year, and I always told my assistant, been coached for 20 years, you can't overestimate experience. The only time you probably could underestimate experience is when you get married twice, okay? So, but, we've got 4 returners. Out of that 4, 3 of them were, starters at one time. We've got 5 transfers that came in from different 4-year schools, and we've got 11 freshmen that, were very successful at the high school. We're fortunate to get 3 local kids that were on the Port Arthur Memorial State Championship team, decided to stay home. And we've got a state champion that played over in Louisiana. So we've got a good mix of high school kids, some experience, and then we've got some transfers. It's going to be a difficult task. A lot of times we always think, we think we're in the best conference in the country, and we are. We've got the best coaches, best players, and sometimes we forget we probably got the best presidents in the country too, guys. Without their support, we couldn't have the success in this region as we do without our administrative support. So, we'd like to thank them as well. We're looking forward to just competing, good sportsmanship. It's a grind. I always believe team chemistry is more important than team talent. And, we're trying to promote chemistry right now. We're trying to get a little bit of identity. And right now everything's good because we haven't distributed playing time yet. So as soon as we have our first game, I'm sure we'll hit some issues there. But, I like this group. We work hard. We've got a little bit of skill set to us. We've got some athleticism. Be interesting to see if they buy in with both feet in the circles. So we appreciate for being here today. Thank you.
Next up will be Michael Landers from Navarro College.
Good morning. It's always a pleasure to be here. I wish I'd have known Brian was going to do that. We would have moved you to the end of the last speech. It's kind of hard to follow that up, but it is pretty cool that you get to coach your son. Thanks to Trinity Valley for having us, for hosting this, to Phil and Benny, Brandon for all the work you do, not only on this event, but for our league and the way you promote it. We really appreciate that. I'm excited to be here. It's a good time. Things have been kind of crazy the last couple of months. I would be remiss if I did not give a shout out to Rourke. I know he thoroughly enjoyed this event and the fact that it was, for him, it meant the football playoffs were right around the corner and basketball was getting ready to start up, and it was always a fun time for him. And so we miss him, and it'd be nice knowing that he's looking down on us. I wasn't here last year. I was thinking about that while I was sitting down last year. My back went out the day before this event, and a few of you know when my back goes out, it like literally goes out. I couldn't stand for a couple of days, so I missed a year. But it's always good to be back at this media day. It's the official kickoff of our league. Let's see, make sure I cover all the bases. We're really young. We only have freshmen and sophomores on our team. We have no upperclassmen, so that's going to be a challenge. It's going to be really hard with our young group when you're playing in the best conference in the country. And so, it makes it a challenge and something you got to be able to step up to. Seriously, we have a whole new group for the most part, but I really like our group. I think it's as talented a team as I've had in the last 6 years. I think we have a lot of good pieces. The best recruit that I signed this year that's made a huge difference, and I think is one that's going to pay off for us all year long, is my new assistant, Cody Hopkins, who joined me back in March. And he's made a huge difference in our program, and our talent level, and on me. And so I appreciate having him around. It's been I didn't know him before I hired him, but his circle and my circle intersect, and so it worked out perfectly. And so it's been great having him. I feel like because of the work he did, that we now, for the first time in probably 3 or 4 years, we have a team that looks like a Region 14 team. Now, I don't know if all the pieces are going to fit in the right place and if we're going to be able to do what we've got to do, but we've got the talent in place to be very good, I think. I'm looking and, I look at our group and I think that we're good enough to win the league. And then I also look at the league and I'm not sure if there's anybody that we can beat. And so I'm not sure where we kind of fit in there. I like our team, but I saw half of this table last weekend in Fort Worth, and they're all extremely good. And it's going to be a battle. I'm hoping that we're able to put some wins together because I don't want to have a meeting with the AD at the end of the season and talk about the job status of the men's basketball coach. That would be rather uncomfortable, and so I'm trying to hope to avoid that. With our group, we've got Trey Pulliam is back. He was a really good guard for us last year. We've got some really good transfers. We've got Gavin Kinsmills, the transfer from Iona, that plays inside, that's been really good for us so far. James John Maria is a transfer from Indian Hills. He had a lot of great experience last year. He's been really good for us so far. We've got a couple of transfers from Southwest Tennessee, Xavier Davenport and Shaquem Johnson that both played major roles for a team that won 27 games last year. So we've got some pieces in place. We're longer, we're more athletic. We're going to be able to play closer to the style that I'd like to play. Right now it's a struggle. Every day is kind of a new day and trying to get the pieces to fit in the right places. But I will say this, when Cody came in and we knew we had to fill a roster, we talked about trying to find talented players and trying to find players that could help us win games, but also told him that I didn't want to deal with some of the headaches that I've dealt with the last couple of years. And we made a conscious effort to recruit character and to recruit good students. And he did a great job of doing that. We have had so very few issues at this point. Like we're getting to coach our team. We're coaching basketball, and we're not having to monitor the dorms 24/7 and dealing with some of those issues. So that has been it's been really refreshing with what our guys are doing off the floor, in the classroom, in the community, and it's making it much easier for us to do what we want to do in terms of basketball, and hopefully that will continue. I think we have some good things in store for us if we take care of our business. Thank you very much.
And now Mike Marques of Tyler Junior College.
Well, I don't know how many years it's been, but it's in the 30s of how long I've been doing this, and I wouldn't miss a day of junior college basketball for anything else. It is an unbelievable experience, and for some of you new folks, I think I can help with some job preservation with a little advice. I'd like to wish my boss happy Bosses Day. Over here, Chuck Smith, our new athletic director. So I'm glad, and we're proud of him, and glad to have him as our AD. So happy Bosses Day. Also, it's important when you come to these things to make sure you know who the last person that's going to speak is. Guy, great job last year. Congratulations. Going to the national tournament again, so proud of you. So thanks to the media, Trinity Valley obviously as well for having all this. Do you know what the count is? We're really young this year, and we play in the best league in America. 3 years ago, we were told never to say that at this. and we got so many new coaches, but I think all of us have said that at this point. We like our team. I don't know how good we're going to be. First day of practice, I told them to split up into two groups. Said guards at one end and bigs at the other, and I looked up and all 12 are down at the guard basket. So we've got a lot of point guards, so we may need another basketball. But overall, excited about the year. Like I said, we've seen some of the teams hear some great things about the recruiting that's gone on, new coaches. I'd like to thank my assistants, my son Mitch and John Edwards, who just left, but they were a cornerstone the last 4 or 5 years to our success. Do it with the academics, their recruiting, their ability to communicate with the kids was great. So I appreciate that. This year, John has left, and now we've added Justin Johnson, who played for us and then played at Iowa. So, and he's a local young man, so we feel good about the staff and where it's going. And we are very excited about the year, the national attention we're getting more and more going on in the polls. We're going to miss Rourke at the national meetings, but we're excited that Don Clinton has taken over from Panola as the men's regional director, and that's exciting. I also want to compliment Eddie and the communication that goes on for the two leagues that makes our whole league better. So we're excited about it all and want to wish everyone the best of luck, and thanks for being here today.
And finally, Roy Champagne of Lee College.
Morning. Where to begin? I had some notes written, and Mike stole them right before he got up to speak. So, about being a fifth grade teacher, Coach, you were a big mentor to me. I'm starting my 26th year, and you and Coach Dotson and Coach Davis were big influences to me as a young coach. And I wish you were my fifth grade teacher. I wouldn't have had to repeat it. I enjoy coming up here. I heard 21 years. I've tried. I think I've made every single one. I think it's real important to be here and represent. We have 20 of our 25 coaches here, and I think that's a great representation of how important it is for us to try to be the best each and every day. So I commend the coaches that make the hall, especially Lance. I know it's tough for us. The weather was pretty rough driving up. My wife loves me as a person, but doesn't love me as a coach, so she's sitting in the car doing work. But I'm glad that she made the trip with me, other than her saying, slow down, slow down. Our team, in regards to the poll, I think last year, whatever number we had, I told the league that we weren't going to score that many points, and we didn't. This year, the number that we have, that's probably about as many threes as we're going to take every game. Hopefully our team realizes that it's important to make some, and if we do that, we'll be pretty good. Great group of kids. Unfortunately, it's the same great group of kids that I had last year, and that was probably our worst season that I've had in 26 years. They work their tails off. They're great human beings. They're fabulous students. We too put a lot of work into our community, and they've already done several hundred hours of community service. We've added 3 new faces, and they all can have an impact. If I could stay out of the hospital room and quit passing out boots and crutches, we'll be okay. We lost one young man for the year, an incoming freshman. We have 2 others that have had surgery. They'll be back hopefully the week before the season starts. And we'll be competitive. We'll be better than we were last year. And we had a lot of close games in conference play. I think we lost seven games by 4 points or less. But the kids battled every single game, and that's all we can ask for. So we hope to win all of our games, as Coach talked about. But at the end of the day, it is important for us to develop these young men, because many of them wouldn't have a successful life if it wasn't for the people that are influencing them every day. Fortunately, we had 4 sophomores. 3 of the 4 got scholarships. The 4th one had an injury, and he's rehabbing, and we have something set up for him next year. His will be just a little delayed. So we pride ourselves on our guys going on to 4-year institutions after Lee College, and they all produce, and they all do a great job. So always excited. I won't be coaching until I'm old and gray, but I'm honored to be a college coach. It's what I've wanted to do since I was 10 years old, and I'm getting closer and closer to retirement, and I hope that I give everything that I can to the young men that I have. My son is a senior, and he was a great little basketball player, but he's a better tennis player, so I don't know that I'll have the opportunity to coach him, but I am proud of this one right here. He came to my camp as a 10-year-old, and he's right. He does come from a family of hard workers, and Angelina has a good one, and he'll build that program back up the way in a very reputable, with a lot of integrity, and they'll compete every night, and he'll do it the right way. So proud of you, Nick. You won't win when we play us, but you know, I didn't teach you everything. But I do wish him well, and I wish everybody else well. So good luck, have a safe trip, and look forward to playing.
And we'll wrap it up with Guy Furr of Trinity Valley.
Thank you. It's great to be here. I didn't have the privilege to have Coach Spencer as a fifth grade teacher, but I was lucky enough to get to work for him for 5 years. And we had a great time together, and it's just an honor to get to coach on the court every day with his name on the floor. And he turned 80 this year, had a big birthday this summer, and like I say, he's a big part of our program. He's still part of the team, and we love Coach to death. Special thanks to all the people who made Media Day possible. We do have a great conference, and you know, we've got great presidents, we've got great administration, but I think the one thing that makes it great is you've heard from a tremendous group of people up here today, and we compete hard when it's time to compete, but when it's time to play and have fun, we've got a level of respect for each other. We're very close, and we're, you know, when we're not competing, we're on the same team. It's glad to be part of that team. And Grant, you look sharp. Your wife's doing a good job. We've got a very, I know I'm going to get a check for saying it, we do have a very young group this year. We returned one player from last year's team. He was a walk-on, Jarius Robinson. He's a sharpshooter. He had a really good year, and we're proud to have him back this year. And this year's team features 3 Division I transfers. David Nickelberry's very talented. He's about 6'7" from the University of Memphis. We've got Tyson Jolly, a really good guard out of, he's from Baylor, went to high school in Oklahoma. And then we've got Stephon Fisher, big 6'9" kid. Stephon played last year at Stephen F. Austin. He's been out all of our preseason with a torn meniscus. Hopefully we'll get him back in 3 weeks. We're not really for sure. We've got a nice group of freshmen. Unfortunately, we have been very injured. Some of the kids that we were looking at kind of in backup roles as, you know, 3rd or 4th string have had to move into 1st or 2nd string, but they're working hard and they're getting better every day. And you know, I was really disappointed the way we played in Dallas our first weekend. You know, I was kind of down on our group and thinking, man, we got to get a lot better, but there was hope last weekend. We went back to Dallas this past weekend. We showed some improvement. So we've told our guys that we've just got to get better every day. We've got to go to work with the guys that are there. We can't worry about the guys that have been hurt and sick and injured. You know, hopefully they'll be back at some point, but we've just got to try to improve. So we are going to try to work hard every day. We're going to try to, you know, to represent our school with class, and we're going to try to have a lot of fun this year. I've got a tremendous group of coaches on my staff. I'm lucky I've had these guys with me for 3 years. Mark Leslie is outstanding on the court, and he does a lot of work with my guys. And Marcus Sykes takes over the big man. He's really talented also, has a good relationship with our kids. Congratulations to Michael Anders. He's going to be in our Trinity Valley Hall of Fame. We're excited to have him and his wife Kenya in. I think the MVP of our team this year is Dr. Kristen Bennett. Kristen is responsible for helping us get new bleachers in our gym. If you haven't seen it, you're gonna really like it. I mean, our gym, we did the bleachers. We've added some different touches, but we still have the tradition of the past, and we're proud of it. When you walk in, it's got a lot more energy. So we're looking forward to competing this year and having fun, and it's going to be a great season. Thank you.
Before we go, I'd like to thank the coaches for continuing to support this event, because without your support, we couldn't do it. We would just be an event, and we appreciate that very much. We wish you all the best of luck trying to get to Hutch and Lubbock, whatever the case may be. And as you drive home today, be safe because you may not have heard there's rain in the forecast. Thanks for joining us, everybody.